What up, everybody? Today we's gonna be welding. I know y'all probably waiting on that speaker rack video, but y'all gonna have to be patient. Don't got planned much for today. I just plan to really just practice my welds. I'm probably finna cut this angle iron into some squares and then weld that all up. I'm gonna show y'all a little piece I made last time. Yeah, so check it out, guys. Last time I made this piece out of angle iron, and you can tell some welds are like all right. I think the best weld was probably this one right here. You can tell it's kind of oxidized already, but this one's not that bad. And then this one's not that bad, but it's crooked though. You can tell I was going this way, and then I went this way a little bit. So at least I can kind of read my welds, which is I think is pretty good. Something good to do right here. I'm not too sure if this means I went too far out. I think that's what it means. Right here I started off pretty good probably. Yeah, I think right here started pretty good, and then right here I went too far out. So I'm just gonna be doing a bunch of these just to practice it real quick. Like I said, I don't really have a project in mind, so I'm gonna just practice my welds. I'm gonna go ahead and get my angle grinder connected. All right, guys, so I prepped up my pieces to weld them up, and everything's not lining up correctly, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a little practice, just some practice I'm gonna do. So we'll go ahead and tack this up with the gas over there. Also, I realized I've never shown y'all what kind of welder I have. So I have a titanium 140, and it's unlimited because it does TIG, flux, MIG, and stick. So it does basically everything. I know there's also like a MIG 140, which that one does only MIG and flux maybe, I'm not too sure, but yeah, so there's that one. And then it has gas. I'm running argon and CO2. To be honest, I'm not too sure about the gas. That my brother helped me out with that, so I'm just trying to get some clips of me welding. I'm gonna go ahead and use the MIG with the gas. All right, guys, check out the first tack. It's not that bad. What do you think? Should I change the settings at all? Should I leave it how it is? I might leave the settings just how they are, just because it doesn't look bad. I don't want to turn up the heat more because I'd say, what do you think this is, like 1/8 inch metal? I'm trying to learn how to read the gauge of metals too. So that looks like maybe 1/8. I don't know what gauge, but 1/8, I think. But these are my settings. I got it at 200 for the wire speed, 200 for the wire speed, and then I have the volts at 18. I'm not too sure what this does. If you know what this does, it's the inductance. But if you know what this like does, I mean, I probably could research it, but let me know in the comments. I can't really tell, but I just leave it at like halfway, like 7, 6, 7. So let's go ahead and weld. Let's go ahead and weld the rest of this stuff, tack it all up again, and I'll see you on the next clip of me welding. Alright guys, so just got done welding up this thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking too good. Doesn't matter though, it's all practice. Let's go ahead and show you what it's looking like. So let me get my gloves because I'm actually an idiot. Not trying to burn myself. So they're not that bad. Look, I don't know if you could tell, but I started welding like this. So this side was facing the top, and I was welding like this. So over here on the top side where I was welding on, it's pretty flat. If that makes sense, right here it's flat. You know, I was welding up here, going like this at this corner. So I mean, I wasn't welding like this. I was welding like this though, like this, going like that. So I think now, I should probably weld with this cube facing like this cube. Maybe it should be like this, and then I should weld it from like directly like that. Because I was gonna ask you guys why it's like bunching up down there, all of this, like why it makes this harsh line, and over here it's flat. But I think it's because it's gravity. You know, like when I start welding up here, this corner, everything falls down because of gravity. So I think that's why this ends up happening right here. But this side looks pretty smooth though. So I think this was the first weld. It looked really good, and then I got my hopes up, started laying down some peanuts after that. So I mean, these other ones aren't that bad. Like I said, I started welding up here, so it's pretty flat, and then because of gravity I think it brings it down. But I'm gonna try and work on that though. Again, over here you can see it too. Look where I started, like up here, this corner. Maybe I'm welding too much this. I'm welding too much at this angle, and I should weld more at this angle, if that makes sense. Because yeah, look guys, everywhere at the bottom. I'm pretty sure if I did the opposite, if I did it like this, that top piece wouldn't be there. There's a bunch of wind. Well, yeah, these are what the welds are looking like, guys. Let me know. I know they're pretty ass. The point of this video was to not get perfect welds. The point was to just practice my welds and make sure they're looking good, I guess. I'm gonna let y'all go though. That's pretty much all I got for today's video. If you want more welding videos, you can go ahead and comment. Also comment tips. If you're already a pro welder, you can feel free to comment, you know, some helpful feedback. I really appreciate it. Other than that though, wait on that speaker tutorial. It is coming soon. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go.